DM Larson here, and I am here to read another monologue for you. This one's called Alien Goo, and it's adapted from my play Touched by an Alien. Now, Touched by an Alien is a satire of things like Star Trek. Yes, she's quite excited about Star Trek. This is my daughter down here, who's going to be my scene partner. And anyway, so Touched by an Alien is, it's a satire, it's a comedy, but it also has a serious side. It talks about manifest destiny and one group forcing an agenda on another group and taking control. In a way, it's a sci-fi version of what happened in America with the original settlers coming from Europe to America and kind of forcing and tricking the Native Americans on, to give up their land. So it does have a historical, serious side to it, but mostly on the surface, it's just a fun comedy. Yeah. So I'm just going to read that for you. This is the captain character, and he's talking to the commander at first, and then he talks to one of the aliens. So here we go. Think we can get those aliens to sign the Galaxy Federation? See, I can't even do it. See, it's very hard. That's why it's good to practice. Which I never do. Think we can get those aliens to sign the Galaxy Confederation Charter? Promise me you won't chop off one of their hands again. That was so gross. You got alien goo all over the Wii pad. It doesn't work right at all now. Okay, so he's reacting to another space explorer has brought in an alien, and he holds out the Wii pad. Here's the Wii pad. Hello, good alien. This is my alien friend. Care for some tea? So, my friend, what kind of tea do you like? I can generate all kinds of different flavors. Nothing? So savage. I know none of this means anything to you, but I simply need your handprint. It says to the Galaxy Confederation that you agree to the GCC and your planet, and all the resources here will belong to us. In return, we will give you this shiny new GCC badge. Each one is uniquely engraved with an unduplicated number and holographic image of our supreme leader. See, it sparkles. Pretty.
Okay, I found this on the web for holographic image of our supreme leader. See, it sparkles.
Shut up, Siri. Siri was trying to help me. Okay, well, this is for the bloopers. And then throws then the alien throws something and hits him in the eye. Psh, ah! My eye! Ah, it hit me in the eye! So, as you can see, I overact a little bit. You don't necessarily have to be that over dramatic about it. I was just kind of reading this, but then somehow the actor in me just comes out. So it's just my eye, it hits me in the eye. And, I'm not necessarily giving you acting lessons here. I'm just kind of reading through the monologue, talking about it. But, this is an interesting monologue because it's a little challenging because even though it's a silly comedy, you still are talking to two different characters. And so it's really important that you find a way to make it clear that you are talking to two different characters, especially if you're up performing this alone. So on the one hand, you have the commander you're talking to, and then somebody brings in an alien, and then you're talking to the alien. And not only are you talking to the alien, but you're interacting with the alien. The alien throws the badge at you, and you have a cup of tea. You also have to know, are you going to be able to use props? So that's an issue as well. So let me go through this one more time, and hopefully, let's see, and I'll talk through it a little more. And the first line's interesting. I almost want to change it now that I'm reading it again. So it's a little, you almost want to say, do you think we can get those aliens? And I'm very tempted to change that. See, every time I look at these, I always want to change something. And that's true with me as a writer. Every time I look at something, I always want to change something. So for me, a written piece is never done. And you might see in a couple years I have something that I wrote and that I've made changes to. I do update my plays a lot and rewrite them a lot. So I'm always open to suggestions. So please send me suggestions. If you're doing a monologue and you're like, hey, this doesn't quite work right, or this might sound better, please let me know. I am totally open to that. All right, so here we go. Think we can get those aliens to sign the Galaxy Confederation Charter? Promise me you won't chop off one of their hands again. That was so gross. You got alien goo all over the Wii pad. It doesn't work right. It still doesn't work right. I still can't get the lines right. It still doesn't work right. And so that's one thing you have to think about is, are you going to be able to use props? Are you going to have an actual Wii pad? Or are you going to be able to have to portray it? And pantomime is very tough. But the thing you have to realize is that either you do all props or you do no props. So I was going to think about doing props and get a teacup and all that. But it's something you have to decide. So you either need to go all the way and get a Wii pad, a cup, and a shiny badge, or you need to pantomime it in some way. So here we go. So he reacts to another space explorer, has brought in an alien. So you have a talking commander, and then maybe you want to turn over here and talk to the person, the soldier guy bringing in the alien. So he holds out the, let's see, Hello, good alien. Please sit. Care for some tea? Oh, do you want to hold it like this? How would you hold a teacup? Would you hold it out like this? Would you hold it out like this? That's one thing you have to decide. Really think about your props, even though, it's more than just learning the words. It's learning about why you're doing things, how you do things, how you pantomime. So I have my Wii pad. I have my cup. Oh, would you care for a cup of tea? Perhaps like this with my pinky up. All right. Hello, good alien. Please sit. Please sit. Care for some tea? So I gotta hold my teacup. I don't want to let it go. So, my friend, what kind of tea do you like? I can generate any number of flavors. Nothing? So savage. I know none of this. And that's a shift there. So at first you have the captain pretending to be very nice and being friendly to the alien. And in the captain's test of whether or not someone is civilized, someone who's an equal, is whether or not they'll have a cup of tea. And so to the captain, this is very important. And if they don't accept his gesture, then he's offended. And he also feels like they're inferior. So there's a lot to those lines. So let's see. Yeah, there's my alien. I know none of this means anything to you, but I simply need your handprint. It says that you agree to the GCC and your planet and all the resources here will belong to us. In return, we give you this shiny new GCC badge. Each one is uniquely engraved in an unduplicated number and a holographic image of our supreme leader. It sparkles. And then you gotta hand it to the alien.
Yeah.
Yay.
Bye.
Pretty.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're talking to this alien like it's a child. And it's very childlike, and you're like, pretty badge. And you're very condescending. And, of course, you lean in and smile. And the alien is very annoyed. The alien can tell it's being talked down to and patronized. So then it throws at you, and you have to portray that you're being hit in the eye with the badge. You let go of the badge. You got to hold it out, release it, and then you have to portray that you're getting hit by the badge. Oh, my eye! It hit me in the eye! And I don't know if you want to overact like I do. I don't necessarily recommend that, but that's what I do. That's just my thing. I overact. All right. So, if you have any questions, post them in the comments below. And this ended up being a lot longer video than I expected, but I hope it's helpful. Thanks. Oh, and please subscribe to the channel and get more tips. And then in the comments below, I'll post some links so you can buy a PDF of the monologue or the play that you want and all that kind of stuff. So, yay! Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.